Welcome back, guys, to day 25 of the planche progression. Guys, I'm getting so close now. Like, really close. Like, just take a look at that form. Like, when I look at the footage, I can see that my body is finally getting much more parallel to the ground. I'm not sticking my hips up nearly as much anymore, and that's a really huge improvement for me. At this point, the biggest thing holding me back is just my straight arm strength. If I can just straighten my arms while I'm doing the straddle planche, I've basically got the straddle planche nailed down. I was actually feeling, so confident today that on my third set, I even attempted like a full planche for like a split second. Like while I was holding that straddle planche in my third set, I was like, you know what, let me just close my legs real quick. And I was actually able to hold it, even though it was like just a second. I was able to somewhat hold it, you know? But unfortunately, once I did my fourth set, and that's when things went downhill. On my fourth set, my costochondritis flared up. And for those of you who don't know what costochondritis is, it's inflammation of the cartilage around the sternum. And for you guys who don't know what the sternum is, it's basically the bone in the middle of your chest, basically right between your pectorals or pecs. So right after my fourth set, it became really sore. It even became like painful to breathe, like to the point where like if I take a deep breath, that's when I felt the pain. And it honestly reminded me of how bad it was back in 2023 because I also had costochondritis back then. And the strange thing is that I was still able to finish, the rest of my workout. After that fourth set, I thought that I was done, that I wouldn't be able to do any other exercises because, in 2023, when I first got costochondritis, I wasn't able to do other exercises. The trigger back then was pull-ups. I was doing pull-ups to 30 kilograms back in the beginning of 2023, and I was training them every single day while simultaneously doing all these other upper body exercises, and it just put a lot of pressure and stress on my chest. Otherwise today I was really surprised that I was actually able to do all my other exercises without any pain. Seems like the only thing that I couldn't do was front lever raises, which is honestly really unfortunate because with front lever raises, I'm not really training to get better at them. I haven't really been training to get better at front lever raises since 2024. I've just been doing maintenance training with front lever raises these last 2 years. So I mean, not being able to do front lever raises today, and since I only do maintenance form exercises, it means that I could potentially lose my ability to do front lever raises if I can't get this costochondritis under control. And honestly, it's frustrating that it's starting to happen because I just feel like I'm on the verge of unlocking the planche. And now I've just hit another setback, and it's just super frustrating. For now, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to proceed. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep trying to train for the planche because honestly, the reason why this happened was because not only am I trying to gain the skill of doing the full planche by doing skill training, but I'm also trying to get stronger at other exercises like weighted pull up and bench press, and all of that pressure that's being placed on my chest, through doing all of that upper body work is what's caused this. I mean, I've brought this up many times before in the past how trying to get stronger while simultaneously training to unlock this skill is not the most optimal way to do it. I feel like the best, thing to do would to start off by building strength first, strength in push-ups and handstand push-ups and in dips and in the pull-ups. And then once you've built up that strength, then all you do is just maintain that strength, and then you just focus on skill training for like a couple months or a year until you unlock that skill, and then you go back to doing strength training. So, a periodization type training. But honestly, as things stand, I'm not really keen on doing that because I mean I've already spent years training. Yeah, right now I'm not really strong, but I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm gonna do or go through all of that again. So here I am trying to see if I can mix both strength training and skill training together, trying to figure out, trying to figure stuff out, um, trial and error, trying to figure out which exercises I should do, how much volume I should do. And so I'm not really surprised that I ended up getting costochondritis again. But yeah, I've overcome costochondritis in the past, It's just about switching up my routine a little bit and building back up. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. I'll see you guys in the next one.